Moffat's body had been pulled through the mouse hole, crushing him to death. But the reality of the situation was much more gruesome.
Nah, bruh. Nah. We starting crazy, too. We starting wild. Oh, y'all niggas eat a dick. I quit. Ain't no way I'm staying at that job and nigga just got folded like a lawn chair through a tube, a straw. Like a lawn chair through a straw. And you want me to just sit there and be like, well, it's just another day on the rig.
But the volunteer divers attempted to enter the pipe anyway. They were stopped by armed guards who claimed—
Man, you better take a flip-flop and hit that motherfucker. I know it ain't called a flip-flop. What is it, scuba shoes or whatever? Hit that motherfucker across the head, man. That's all you got to do. Mind you, Pariah just stated it was too dangerous to save them, called off the mission. Turned around, went to these people's families. We're doing everything we can to save them. We're doing everything we— No, you're not. Why would you lie to me like that? Now I want your head. Give me your head. Give me your head. Cut it off. Give it to me. I'm not finna cut it off. I'm not finna bloody my hands. You gonna bloody your hands for me. Cut your head off. Give it to me so I can put it up on the shelf and title it "Dumb Bitch Ass Nigga Tried to Lie." And welcome back to another video, or welcome to the channel, you know what I'm saying? It's BryceDaBadger back with another one for your ass, for your ass, for your ass. I should start a boy band, huh? By myself? I know. I'll be the next Justin Bieber in a bit, for real. Anyway, we back with another video, man. And this today, for you, I got the worst workplace accidents in history by the How to Survive show. All right, man, we all got jobs and we all hate them. So let's see how you could die at yours, right? Right, let's get to it. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you fuck with the vibe. Original is in the description. Let's go. Technical difficulties. Microphone fucking up. Cord fucking up. This is what happens when, you know, greatness is being made and produced and stuff. You trying to further yourself. Everything is going to get in your way to try and stop you, bruh. Let's go ahead and spin it back. Actually, we're just gonna go a little bit back. Yeah, we'll go right here. That's cool.
Open your mouth to breathe, and you're fighting against that.
Hey guys, Jared here. Getting a new job can feel like a new chapter in your life, but in some cases, it can also be the last.
Jared, you better not be like that other Jared.
Improper safety protocols, or a company's negligence, some workplaces are prone to serious accidents. Today we'll be looking at some of the worst workplace accidents in human history.
There we go.
Warning, viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Just trying to get the audio levels right.
Condolences go out to the families and friends of the victims featured in today's video.
Absolutely.
What mistake left 5 divers trapped in an underwater oil pipe? How did a teen get engulfed in a silo? And why did a bread company's greed cost the lives of 2 employees? The mouse hole. 41
bread company? Why the fuck are y'all niggas in here? It's a bread company, nigga. You not bread. You're not bread. Get the fuck up out of there. What are we doing? I do not get, there's no amount of money that you can pay me enough to do whatever they doing, bro. Nah.
Lives of 2 employees.
Nah.
The mouse hole. 41-year-old Gordon Moffat, a husband and father of 2, had years of experience working on oil rigs. On October 9th, 2000, while aboard the Magellan, 120 miles east of Aberdeen, Scotland, Moffat was tasked with servicing hydraulic hoses. The job itself wasn't too complex, but it did require him to be lifted about 50 feet above the lower deck.
Okay.
Knowing the potential dangers of the job, from explosions to chemical exposure, harsh weather, and even machine failures, Moffat made sure to strap into his safety harness and take his time.
Right.
Once the job was complete, Moffat radioed the banksman, who worked as the winch operator's eyes and ears. He told them he was ready to be lifted to clear the hoses before being lowered to the deck.
All right, bring me up.
Sadly, communication error led to a horrifying accident.
All right,
After being
bring me
lifted
up.
a few feet, Moffat told the banksman to stop.
Hey, stop.
The message was relayed to the winch operator, but
Can you stop?
didn't get through to his radio due to a malfunction. The winch operator continued to lift Moffat toward the mouse hole, a 10-inch round hole through which the safety cable runs. As he was being pulled up, both Moffat and the banksman yelled, "Stop," to no avail.
Ain't no
The
fucking
banksman
way.
then ran to the emergency intercom to tell the control room to stop the winch. However, because the emergency intercom is recorded, there was a delay, and by the time the winch was shut off, it was too late. Moffat's body had been pulled through the mouse hole, crushing him to death. But the reality of the situation was much more gruesome.
Nah, bruh. Nah. We starting crazy, too. We starting wild. What do you mean? Like, bro, I can hear myself in the headphones, but I can hear myself outside the headphones, too. These aren't noise canceling, but like, come on, bruh. I can hear myself snap. What type of headphone protection wears type of shit was these niggas wearing to where they put on the headphones and this and you hear nothing but your own blood running through your brain and your skull? Like what type of nah, bruh. That's too safe. That's too safe. They can't hear a damn thing. All that electric shit around them sound like in real life, that shit yelling out your ears, bro, yelling at him.
His body was so disfigured that he was hardly recognizable. Doctors referred to it as a virtual transection, meaning his lower abdomen had been torn apart. The company implemented new safety protocols, including mandatory permits for high-risk operations and the presence of supervisors and safety personnel on board during these operations.
Man, oh, y'all niggas eat a dick. I quit. Ain't no way I'm staying at that job. A nigga just got folded like a lawn chair through a tube, a straw. Like a lawn chair through a straw, and you want me to just sit there and be like, well, it's just another day on the rig.
My only survival tip here would be to ensure that all safety protocols are in place before starting a task that you know can be dangerous.
They had safety protocols in place. They had their fucking earwear on and couldn't hear shit. What the fuck? This shit's crazy.
Next workplace accident takes us to another pipeline tragedy, which cost the lives of 4 divers. The Pariah diving tragedy.
I think I heard about this one.
On February 25th, 2022, 5 divers entered the waters off Trinidad and Tobago to repair a leaking U-shaped oil pipeline 60 feet deep and 1,200 feet long. The state-owned pipeline belonging to Pariah Fuel Trading Company connected berth 5 and berth 6, which are loading docks where oil tankers receive or discharge fuel. The divers, Christopher Boudrum, Kazim Ali Jr., Yusuf Henry, Rishi Nagasser, and Faisal Kurban worked for LMCS, which Pariah had contracted to repair the pipe near berth 6. An 8-foot by 8-foot air-filled chamber enabled divers to work in a dry environment, even though they were 15 feet underwater. Everything was fine until the team removed an inflatable plug used to prevent oil and gas from escaping. What the team didn't know was that the pipe had been drained weeks earlier, leading to a pressure differential. When they removed the inflatable plug, the pipeline acted as a vacuum, quickly sucking up seawater and the divers into the 30-inch diameter pipe.
Can you imagine getting sucked into a 30-inch pipe, bruh? Like that. That is how fast it happened, bro.
Battered around and
all
dragged
the way down
700 feet, all 5 of the injured divers finally came to a stop. At least 2 were suffering from broken bones, low on oxygen, and covered in oil. Nagasser was too injured to move. The other 4 divers managed to link together, forming a human chain, tucking their feet under the person's shoulders in front of them. At the front of the chain was Boudrum, who wasn't as severely injured as his colleagues. As they started making their way up the pipeline, they found 2 oxygen tanks that had been sucked through and shared them. Once they reached the end of an air pocket, Boudrum swam ahead to see how far it was until the pipeline curved, an area called the elbow. When he got there, he realized the water wasn't high enough for him to get himself out, so he screamed for help.
Wow.
Fortunately, his screams were heard, and 2 divers came down to pull him up. Boudrum told the rescue team his friends were still alive, but badly injured. Volunteer divers were ready to attempt a rescue, but the company in charge stopped them, citing safety concerns.
LMCS stated that it was prevented from conducting such a rescue in the pipeline by Pariah, notwithstanding that LMCS had divers and equipment available to conduct.
It's not safe. It's not no, nigga, you ain't want us to cut this pipe open and save these people because it would cost y'all more money to fix the pipe again and then get back to operating.
The rescue.
After assessing the situation, the Coast Guard decided the rescue mission was too risky, but the volunteer divers attempted to enter the pipe anyway. They were stopped by armed guards who claimed—
Man, you better take a flip-flop and hit that motherfucker. I know it ain't called a flip-flop. What is it, scuba shoes or whatever? Hit that motherfucker across the head, man. That's all you got to do.
that Pariah had stated that no one else was allowed in. Pariah then decided to try using cameras to see where the men were stuck. At this point, they had been trapped for 9 hours. Despite Pariah telling the families of the men that they were doing everything they could to rescue them, it was only a matter of time before things would turn grim, and they—
Mind you, Pariah just stated it was too dangerous to save them, called off the mission, turned around, went to these people's families. We're doing everything we can to save them. We're doing everything we— No, you're not. Why would you lie to me like that? Now I want your head. Give me your head. Give me your head. Cut it off. Give it to me. I'm not finna cut it off. I'm not finna bloody my hands. You gonna bloody your hands for me. Cut your head off. Give it to me so I can put it up on the shelf and title it "Dumb Bitch Ass Nigga Tried to Lie."
die due to a lack of oxygen. Desperate to be saved, the trapped divers continued to bang on the pipes, alerting any potential rescue divers that they were still alive. Sadly, help was never going to come. A press conference was held 48 hours after the incident, and Pariah announced publicly that the operation had turned into a recovery mission. The 4 divers' bodies were recovered over the next few days, with an autopsy revealing one of the men may have lived for up to 39 hours before passing.
Damn.
This is another situation where negligence led to the untimely death of experienced workers. Had the team known that the pipeline was empty, they likely would have approached the task differently. Working in the ocean isn't the only place where accidents like these can happen. Our next story killed more than 100 workers due to, you guessed it, negligence. The Val Reefs mining disaster.
Oh my God. Nigga. What the fuck? I don't like how we just went straight into falling at 200 miles per hour, nigga. What the fuck?
On May 10th, 1995, miners were chipping away inside the Val Reefs mine in Orkney, South Africa. Known for its gold resources, the mine was one of the country's most precious at the time.
Now tell me this, chat. Tell me this. I want y'all to quickly tell me this, quickly. You think they was mining for their own selves, you know what I'm saying, to help their own families out, like as a job? Or were they mining because somebody else from another country came in and, you know what I'm saying, did whatever they did, like China has been doing all along, Britain, France, all along for Africa's resources. I promise you, bro, if I was a superhero, some of these countries wouldn't exist. I'm just saying, bro, some of these countries wouldn't exist. I would pick Israel up, chuck it off the earth. Germany, chuck it off the earth. Saudi Arabia, chuck it off the earth. Nigga, we don't need them. Donald, chuck him into outer space. We don't need— matter of fact, get your big ass in the ocean, nigga. Somebody in that hole gotta eat. Like,
1994, it yielded more than 155,000 pounds of the mineral, worth $845 million, with dozens of levels—
for who? For who?
And hundreds of miles of
Because I promise you, this ain't negligence. They just didn't give a fuck about these people.
tunnels. This place was like an underground maze. To ensure productivity, the mine had 2-tier elevators, which could transport hundreds of workers at a time. It also had an underground train to move materials and supplies. Around 10:30 p.m., 104 miners were riding one of the elevators during a shift change. As they were rising,
I don't think there should ever be an elevator with 100 people on it.
Barreling down the shaft, landing on top of the—
Man, who the hell sent that motherfucker down there? Nah, bro, go get him, go get him, go get him, go get him, go get him. Somebody did that shit on purpose. Ain't no fucking way, bro. Ain't no way. Why is a minecart going towards a place that ain't even got the track together?
elevator and snapping its support cable. Both the packed elevator and train continued to drop over 1,600 feet before smashing to the ground. Within seconds, over 100 miners were dead at the bottom of Shaft 2. Describing the horrific scene, James Motlotzi, president of the National Union of Mine Workers, told the press, "Pieces of flesh were scattered all over as a 2-floor mining elevator was crushed into a 1-floor tin box. The imagery of that makes me sick to my stomach." But it gets worse. Due to the extreme heat of the mine, the bodies quickly started to decompose, making some of the victims unrecognizable. Over the course of 2 days, just over half of the bodies were recovered. Following the tragedy, an investigation was launched. It was determined that there were no safety blocks in shaft 2, which would have prevented the train from entering the wrong tunnel. Evidence also showed that a detaching hook snapped upon impact with the train, causing the elevator to plummet. This led the South African Society in Mining Research Council to require detaching hooks to become more sturdy under significant impact and to be able to hold at least 11,000 pounds. It seems those involved in the mine would have been killed instantly by the force, but our next victim likely suffered a slow...
I'm a little bit confused, man. Why we need detachable hooks? In case we need to take the shaft off the hook and put another shaft on there? Because I don't think there's another use for the hook besides the elevators, right? So why we need detachable hooks? Let's just make an elevator. You know what I'm saying? Let's make a real man. Fuck whoever told them to do that.
Slower, more painful death, with rescue workers comparing it to being swallowed by quicksand.
A couple different occasions he said, you know, Mom, he's got us going into the silo. He knew it wasn't right, but yet he continued to do it because that's what his job was.
I'll be damned. I'm out. Repeat what you just said, ma'am.
He knew it wasn't right, but yet...
Knew it wasn't right. If I know something ain't right, I ain't going in that motherfucker, bro. Personally. Me personally. What I'ma do in that hole? What? I don't even belong in here, man. My job is to work here, but it's not to work in there. Nah, I'm not trained.
He continued to
better
do
go
it
find
because
somebody
that's what
else.
his job was.
On May 30th, 2011, most Americans were making plans on how they would spend Memorial Day. However, Thomas Osier of Michigan saw it as just another day at work. The 18-year-old high schooler worked on a local farm, and on this particular day was assigned to work inside one of the corn silos at Pine Grove Farm, a job that is known to come with the risk of being engulfed by the grain.
Is there a reason an 18-year-old is in high school with a job like this? Specifically, like this. Like, brother, let's focus on college, you know what I'm saying? Let's get out of here. Let's get out of this little area, this little ass town where all these crazy ass, dangerous ass jobs are. Look at how high you climbing, bro. Why are we climbing this high? What we doing up here? Nah, bro, y'all tripping, bro.
Sadly,
Y'all
that's
tripping.
exactly what happened to Thomas. As he was scraping off corn stuck to the silo walls, the grain underneath him gave way.
Man, hell no, I'm not stepping inside the silo. Man, no, bruh. Give me the longest stick with a square on the end of that bitch that you can find. And now I'll scrape the side of the silo like that, but nigga, nah, I'm not getting in there. What am I getting in there for, bruh? How about y'all add some stick resistant shit around the silo so the corn don't get stuck? Something, bro. I'm not stepping foot in that bitch.
Swallowing him. Patrick Pickfett, who was shoveling corn at the base of the silo, first realized something was wrong when he saw Tommy's iron rod slide out the bottom door. Then came Tommy's cell phone. And finally, Pickfett saw the 18-year-old's leg. Despite his best efforts, the weight of the corn was too heavy for Pickfett to pull Tommy out. When emergency authorities arrived on scene, they also had trouble pulling Tommy from the silo. Finally, after more than 4 hours, they were able to retrieve his body. It took a total of 35 emergency personnel and farm workers to do so. The details of what his remains looked like were heartbreaking.
What broke my heart the most was to see it had completely dislodged his jaw. You know, to see his form, you know, his physical form, and his jaw was completely dislodged. And the corn had impacted so much it was in his lungs. The corn was in his lungs.
That sounds like something straight out of a horror movie. Following Tommy's death, an investigation was launched. The farm's owner, Dave Schwab, was fined $7,000. After Schwab posted warning signs and fixed the augers on the silo floor, which helps the corn flow more easily, the fine was cut in half. To survive a situation...
Nigga, what? How the fuck you gonna cut the fine after he does the things that he should have been did? Well, you did it now, so we'll let you off the hook with $2,000. How about that? Or $3,500 actually, because they said $7,000. So $3,500. We'll call it even. Like, what the fuck?
Like this, you'd need to create an air pocket with your hands by covering your mouth while waiting to be rescued. But with the sheer force of the grain pushing up against you, it would be a race against the clock.
I'm stuck. Yeah, at this point, I'm not getting out.
It's amazing. The pressure that's there.
Most farms
That's
make sure
wild.
their workers wear safety harnesses.
What the fuck are they doing? What is this? I don't know what this is, and it's sponsored by Nationwide. Look at the damn Nationwide is on your side on the helmet, bro. That's crazy.
When entering silos.
What is this?
But for some smaller operations, this isn't always the case. Before we move on to another horrible workplace accident, make sure to like and subscribe for more life-saving content.
Go like the video, chat. I want to know what happened to the corn, though. What happened to the corn? Did all that corn get thrown out or not? Did I eat some? Did you still put that in the food supply when a dead body's been within the corn? Huh? I bet they did.
They say 17-year-old Isaiah Beddox of Copley died yesterday after he was pulled into a commercial wood chipper in North Whitehall.
Now,
On August 9th, 2022, Isaiah Beddox and a friend were working together at a summer job for a tree cutting company in Lehigh County, Pennsylvania. Beddox was a month away from entering his 4th year at Lehigh Career and Technical Institute for Automotive Mechanics. Tasked with removing 10 trees from a property,
Wait, one more time. Well, he's 17, so I guess he can't do anything with automotive yet, per se, because he's not legally able to drive. But, like, I would try to find some other type of automotive job. I ain't doing no wood chipping. You know what I'm saying? I'm in college for cars, not for wood.
Beddox and his friend got to work. Sadly, Isaiah was pulled into the wood chipper after a piece of his clothing got caught on the machine itself. Within seconds, he suffered significant injuries.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Please don't explain to me that he's doing what this motherfucker doing in the animation.
According to reports, the incident occurred around 1:35 p.m. and emergency personnel were on site within 10 minutes. After seeing the severity of his injury,
There's no way that's how that happened, bro. I refuse to believe that this nigga got a shoelace stuck and he was fried from that point forward.
injuries. According to
Why you doing that? You got 2 hands, nigga. Push the tree. What the fuck? Why are we putting our foot in there?
reports, the incident occurred around 1:35 p.m.
You could have, at least if something got caught, you would have died regular. Now you just over here getting your leg chomped off. Body finna get cut in half.
and emergency personnel were on site within 10 minutes. After seeing the severity of his injuries, which included an amputated leg, an emergency helicopter was called in.
He survived?
While waiting to be airlifted to the hospital, Isaiah was drifting in and out of consciousness. Sadly, he was officially pronounced dead at 2:55 p.m. His
Dang.
death was ruled accidental. Ben Kirkpatrick, one of the EMS workers on the scene,
I'm sorry. Did that Jeep just say you should see me topless with some lights on it as if it's a government vehicle of some sort?
his death was ruled accidental.
Let me see.
Ben Kirkpatrick,
You should see me topless. Lights. That's not very professional.
one of the EMS workers on the scene, explained, "That was the most gruesome call I've ever run." Surviving an accident with machinery is situational, but
Bruh.
in any case, you should always turn the machine off immediately. If your hand or foot gets caught, don't try to pull it out because this can do more harm than good, especially if you're bleeding profusely. Call emergency services and, if possible, apply a tourniquet to stop the bleeding.
That shit look like it
Isaiah's
hurt.
death was an unfortunate tragedy. Our next workplace accident also involves machinery, but this
Like why these niggas
Unfortunate
ass
tragedy.
tooted in the air looking at fire? Like what the fuck, nigga? Get off the thing, bruh. That's not made for humans. Get off that.
Our next workplace accident also involves machinery, but this one could have easily been prevented.
Who cut
Baked
it? Who
alive
cut
in
it
a bread
on?
oven.
Who cut it off?
On May 18th,
Baked
1998,
alive.
47-year-old David Mays and 44-year-old Ian Erickson, both engineers, were expecting to repair a belt inside a bread oven at the Fresha Bakeries factory in Leicester, England. The grid on the oven's conveyor belt had dislodged
we're
and
in
fallen to the
England,
bottom. The 2 men were asked to climb inside and reposition it. I think you see where I'm going with this one.
One more time. What fell?
The 2 men were asked to climb. The grid on the oven's conveyor belt had dislodged and fallen to the bottom.
Okay.
The 2 men were asked to climb inside and reposition it. I think you see where I'm going with this one. When operating, the belt reached 500 degrees and took 17 minutes to pass through the oven.
Oh my.
Given the incredible heat, The workers knew they needed to let the oven cool off before entering, and were under the impression it had been off for some time before they crawled in.
Under the impression. Let me tell you something, nigga. I ain't touching that bitch unless I know that hoe been off for a day. I ain't. You got me fucked up, bruh.
Sadly, they were wrong. Within 5 minutes, the men were screaming into their walkie-talkies that the oven was too hot.
Within 5 minutes. It's almost like this is a
With no way of
setup.
reversing the conveyor belt, Mays and Erickson were forced to endure agonizing pain being burnt alive while the belt made its way through the oven over the course
And
of
it's so loud in there, I know they don't hear them
Erickson was pulled
blood-curdling
out of the other
screams.
side of the oven by factory workers and died in front of their eyes. Mays is believed to have passed out and was killed due to 80% burns over his body
Jesus.
and multiple fractures since he was caught inside the machinery. The saddest part of all of this is that the men died because the factory's management prioritized profits over the safety of their employees. This was revealed in 2001, when the company and management were taken to court. It was determined that the two men had entered the oven just 2 hours after it was shut off, despite the fact that it would have taken 12 hours for it to cool before it was.
I just told you I ain't going in that motherfucker unless it's been off for a day. I ain't playing with y'all niggas. I ain't playing with y'all, bruh. Absolutely not, bruh. I already knew.
Deemed safe to
I already
enter.
knew.
Using fans to cool the outside of the oven, the men believed it was okay to enter, as the temperature showed 104 degrees.
In what world? In what world? In what world is that okay? Huh? Tell me. You tell me right now. Give me reason. Like, what world? What dimension? It be 104 degrees outside. You can still scramble an egg on the sidewalk. What are we on? I can't believe this shit, bro. I will never just up and do whatever the fuck a job tell me to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I'm a maintenance man, my brain sees 104 degrees. I probably shouldn't go in there. Yeah. Probably shouldn't go in there.
The company also decided not to remove the oven's side panels to save on the cost, requiring the men to enter through the front of the oven. Our last workplace accident
That's so crazy.
may be the most gruesome of all. The Russian lathe accident.
Oh my.
In November 2020, a man working in a factory in Russia died
Oh, I heard about this one.
while operating an industrial lathe. The footage is incredibly
There's footage. There's footage. I might go watch this shit. I ain't gonna lie.
disturbing, and we will not be showing it here. I think once you see the animation, you'll understand why.
That's
For those unaware, a lathe is a versatile machine used in many industries. Its function is to shape materials, including wood, metal, and plastic. It does so by spinning these materials at
damn, my nigga, you ain't gonna have no real safety glasses on. You got your nostrils exposed to the dust. Like, you just said, well, fucking, this is my job. I love doing this. I'll just stop doing it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with
incredibly
you?
high speed while grinding and pressing them against a cutting tool. The details of what happened in this situation are unclear, but based on video evidence, a worker got too close to the machine and was pulled in. Within seconds,
Whoa.
pieces of the man started flying all
Why
over
is it stripping
the
them?
place. By the time another employee was able to activate the emergency shutoff, it was far too late.
But he said
time another-
pieces of the man were flying all over the fingers, arms, legs, kneecaps, chest hair. You know what I'm saying?
Employee was able to activate
My
the
fault. This
emergency
isn't funny.
shutoff, it was far too late. The victim was completely dismembered, with bone and flesh scattered across the machine and factory floor.
Jesus.
Now, we had to tone down the animation a bit, so I'll just let you guys use your imaginations with this one. Unfortunately, I don't have a practical survival tip to offer here, aside from exercising extreme caution when working with such dangerous machinery. If the machine had safety barriers around it, such as fencing, then the chances of this happening would have been significantly reduced.
How? No, literally how? This is a dude that was working on the thing. He would have still been on the thing working on it. Now, whatever he hit to make that bitch cut on, they need to put that button somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But like putting a fence around this shit, it was like, hey, this is dangerous. This is a lathe. It's like, okay, it's dangerous. It's a lathe. I still got to work on it though. I had to go see it, you know what I'm saying, what's wrong with it.
Proper training should also be required to ensure workers know how to operate
Like, you still
and
had-
respond
you
in
still
the
had to
event of an
do-
emergency.
you know what I'm saying?
But even then, it seems like nothing could have been done to save this man. The sad reality of many of these stories is that with proper training and
that first one was crazy, man. That made absolutely no sense how that happened, bro. That shouldn't have never happened. He blatantly yelled, "Stop!" in the radio. How the fuck do you not hear me say stop? You heard me say start. You don't hear me say stop? Like, what the fuck? That don't make sense. This one damn sure didn't make sense, because why is anybody on the inside of the silo? That shouldn't even be, you know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be a thing that y'all have to do. There should have been, it's 2026, man. There should have already been a resin created that keeps stuff from sticking against the silo walls, that is also edible for us to eat and stuff like that. And then the one that they got fired up, oh, nah, bro. Yeah, some people gotta die. I ain't talking about them two dudes. I'm talking about the people that own the plant. Yeah, they gotta go, bro. But hey, man, if y'all enjoyed the video somehow, like the video. Subscribe if you fuck with the vibe. Again, original video is in the description. Go like theirs, subscribe to their channel as well. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, bro. Peace.